Alright, I'm getting sidetracked from some things I'd like to be doing today. But we talked about this door in the house tour. This door was the original front door to the house. This room used to be just a porch. People would enter from this direction. Of course, the door wasn't there. The windows weren't here. This was added on at a much later date. But this was the entry door to the house. And it's really a pretty door. However, it is splitting. And the knob and the mechanism and everything is not working very well. So I'm going to take it apart and see if I can fix it up. Plus, I got to glue it anyway. This is got to get fixed. I'm going to glue that back together and put some clamps on it. Keep it useful. It's an old mortise lock. $18.93. Ooh, that says a little something. We at least know the house was built before 1893. You hear that?
You say 1893?
Look.
Oh, wow.
That's got 1893 on it right there.
That's cool. Old as dirt. That's really neat.
So we at least know the house was built before then.
Yeah.
I'm going to glue this back together and we'll take a look at that lock.
The curtain, we didn't watch it this year. What?
The way I think this would have worked is your doorknob obviously goes in here. Just do it from this side. And pulls the strike back, unlatching the door or opening the door. Okay, we know that. That's easy. You also have this, which would go in this slot here. And it would turn, pushing that strike back as well. And I believe this is to dog the door down, to dog it open. So you would put a key in this slot right here, small key, and turn this lever. And that would push the strike back. And when you put your key in and turned it, it would lift up on that, push this mechanism back. Basically dogging that door down. That's the only thing I could figure out. The larger opening here is for your deadbolt. So you'd put the key in there and turn it. And it would lift up on this mechanism and push that forward, causing your deadbolt to come out and lock. Then to unlock it, you'd put your key back in, and again it would lift up. It would lift this up and push that back, unlocking your door. So with it put back together, this too works and takes the door latch out of play. So when it's turned horizontal, you can't use this is locked. I think that's part of dogging it down too. So with that vertical, now it unlocks. Nope. Okay. Okay, so that works now. And I don't have a key. So this would have been on the outside. This would have been here. And I don't have a key to stick up there and use them in tandem to see that work. But I want one. I'm either gonna make one or I'm gonna buy one, find one on eBay or something and buy one. But I think you stick that in there and you can lock that like that and dog it down. Or it locks it. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that's the action. I got it all lubed up and need to paint it again. Maybe throw some paint on it, but I don't know. Painting it will make it all sticky. I might just leave it like that and pop it back in. It's been rubbing right there on a screw on the frame of the door. That's kind of bad. But these things are pretty nice. So I'm done polishing the handles and all the hardware for the door. And today's installation day, so I'm gonna put the door back together. I did not polish the hinges because I don't think these are a part of the same company that made the mortise and the handle and everything. The hinges are a different company and it's not the same quality. So I tried to buff out these hinges, and as you can see, they're plated differently, and it wore it off down to the bare metal. And I had to get aggressive with it to get the I don't know, the tarnish or the whatever is on these things, but it didn't like it. And it wore the plating off down to the bare metal. So I'm just gonna leave them the way they are. Some of these screws where this hardware is mounted into the door jamb were stripped. So I'm gonna show you a little trick to get your screws to stay in there solid. So here's the wood screws that held the hinges in place. And what I got here is just a little shim, or you can use plastic. You can use these plastic anchors, the wall anchors, either one. But I'm going to cut little strips the length of my screw. Okay, you get little pieces like this, and you put them in the hole where your screws go. Now when you screw your screws in, you've got something to bite to. And they'll stay in place. That'll take care of the stripping issue.